So if you have a question about the event description itself and any of the objects in it, do not ask me or my Tad. We're not allowed to answer individual questions, and that's only right. We might give different answers or confuse you or not describe it in a way that you understood what we were trying to say. So anybody who has a question about the event description should go to the NSO website and look under the rules clarifications, click on that and see if someone else might have already asked that question already. And then you will already have your answer. Because when someone sends a question to the rules clarification section, they send it to Tad and I, sometimes Dusty and Mark, to the entire committee, and we respond to it, and then they post the answer. So your answer might already be there. And then everybody gets the exact same answer. And then read the event description. Make sure, and this is for every event, make sure you only bring the allowable resources. You don't want anybody to be DQ'd for any reason whatsoever. Use the webinar posted on the Chandra website. There'll also be a link to it from the NSO website. And the Chandra webinar will also have next to it the text, the transcript that you can download to go with it. And the PowerPoint will be with the links, notes attached with under each individual slide. That will be posted on the National Science Olympiad website. And so once you've read the event description and you've listened to the webinar, and you've got a general idea of what the competition is all about for 2017, then you can go to the coach's manual or the individual websites to look up more specific information for the topics or content that you're as less sure of as other ones. And again, the 2012 event might be important for you. As I said in the Reach for the Stars webinar, the test packet that they will be putting out, maybe it's already put out, I'm not sure, but the test packet that they're putting out for the 2016 competition will be a gold mine for the Reach for the Star people because it is the same exact content focus for 2 years in a row. So again, the flashcard sets will be posted on the National Science Olympiad website for you to download and use. And again, you can combine those with the Stellar Evolution card sets that you can request. They have been ordered. I have been told that they will be arrive at SAO in time for me to get some to take to the SOCI, the Science Olympiad Coaches Clinic in Phoenix, which is mid-July. So it should not be too long before those become available. So keep an eye out on the Chandra website. YouTube actually has several videos related to astronomy and several videos actually related to some of our deep sky objects. So YouTube and a lot of the missions, they produce little YouTube versions of their NASA press releases and their science. So make sure you look at the source for the videos on YouTube, but you can get a lot of really great information from those. Also, invitationals are becoming more and more important, I've discovered. There are many invitationals, and on the National Science Olympiad website, a lot of them are posted. Most people do tell NSO that they're having an invitational. An invitational is sort of a practice for national competition or a practice for state competition. I have been involved with developing a test for some invitationals myself, and some teams go to several invitationals. Now, I do hear that some invitationals are better than others, and some teams do not have the benefit of a really well-developed test at an invitational. So what I have done this year and what I'm going to do from now on, my co and I constructed the test for the MIT Invitational. We had one of a former high scoring competitor in Science Olympiad when he was in high school. He pretty much wrote the invitational for New York State. Once some of these invitationals, like New York and MIT, once those are over, a little bit after those are done, the MIT one was the beginning of January, I believe. Once those are in January at some point in time, so by February, usually, or March, invitationals are over. I am going to start posting on the National Science Olympiad at least 2 invitationals once those invitationals are done, so that all teams can have a really good representation of what a good state astronomy event would be, so that you can use that as a practice test, sort of trying to level the playing field for everybody. We will post a sample test for a state test and a sample regional test for both Reach for the Stars and Astronomy on the National Science Olympiad website in time for them to be useful for everybody to use as a practice. And we actually saved, there was a state in the 2016 competition, for their state competition, that due to a set of unforeseen circumstances 2 days before the state meet, they did not have an astronomy event, could not possibly put one together. Fortunately, because we put these things together ourselves, we put together sample ones, we had enough questions left in our question bank that we could put together a state event and give them to that state so that they could still have a really good astronomy event in their state for their state competition.